Hello everyone, this is Shah 21 ACS 109. Today I will talk about Intel versus AMD architecture. So we will compare Intel and AMD architecture. Okay, so the first thing we will compare is the processor performance, that is clock speed, cores and cache. So first, the clock speed. uh, Intel processors generally have higher clock speeds than AMD processors, which can result in better single-threaded performance. So the clock speed of Intel processors are high. Cores. Okay, now the AMD processors typically have more cores than Intel processors, which can result better multi-thread performance. Okay, the cores are better than AMD. Cache. Intel processors generally have more cache than AMD processors, which can result better performance. So clock speed Intel, cores AMD, and cache again Intel. Now the power consumption, performance and heat dissipation. Okay. Power consumption depends upon two things, performance and heat dissipation. Okay, heat dissipation. Intel processors generally have better heat dissipation than AMD, which can result in better performance under heavy loads. Under heavy loads, Intel will perform as good as as it is. Okay, and the power consumption. Okay, AMD processors generally consume more power than Intel processors, which can result in higher heat output and lower battery life. So power consumption is also more of Intel as heat dissipation. It is good in heat dissipating, right? Okay. Okay. Now a lot of us are playing games today now onwards. So let's see the gaming performance of both the processors. Let's compare between that performance, right? Now the gaming specific features. We all know that AMD processors generally have better gaming features than Intel, such as freezing and higher count more, such as more features, right? Benchmarks. Intel processors generally perform better than AMD processors in gaming benchmarks, especially in single-threaded applications. But we don't play single-threaded applications right now, right? So in gaming performance, we can surely say that AMD is better. Overclocking. Overclocking depends upon two factors like risk and capabilities. Risk. The first one is risk. Overclocking can avoid warranties and damage hardware if not done properly. So risk is there. Capabilities. AMD processors generally have overclocking capabilities higher than Intel, which can result in better performance under heavy loads. So in overclocking condition, AMD performs better than Intel, right? Now integrated graphics. Again, the gaming one and other applications need more graphics. And in graphics, we all know that AMD is more better than Intel, right? Features of AMD processors generally have more advanced integrated graphics features than Intel, such as HBM memory and higher core counts, right? Chipset. Chipset features depends upon PCIe lanes, USB ports, and RAM speeds. PCIe lanes. AMD processors generally have more PCI lanes than Intel processors, which can result in better support for high speed storage and other peripherals. USB ports. We all know that Intel generally have more USB ports than AMD, which can result in better support for external devices. RAM speed. AMD processors generally have better support of high speed RAM than Intel processors, which can result in better performance. Okay, that RAM speeds of AMD is more, right? Compatibility, motherboard and memory requirements. Motherboard, that is Intel and AMD processors require different types of motherboards which can affect compatibility with other components. Memory, Intel and AMD have different memory requirements. So every device has its own memory requirement and its own motherboard, right? But now we can't compare on by its motherboard or any other memory processor, right? Okay. The main factor is price and value. AMD processors generally offer better value than Intel processors at the same point, especially for multi-threaded applications. So the price is little bit less than Intel of AMD, right? And performance is also Intel processors generally offer better performance. As we all know that Intel is what its level now, and that AMD, right? AMD is also is growing at its own level. Features: Intel and AMD offer different features and capabilities which can affect value depending on specific areas. Right. Again, that is upcoming features is there. So we can say that Intel is growing, is improving any we can say that Intel or AMD both is obviously they should change their performance day to day, and they are both are changing. So that is the product roadmap. Customer support. Okay, now the Intel is more high, is having more its market. AMD is also growing, but the customer support nowadays is more to Intel, right? So which can we can say that Intel is more in Intel. Okay, thank you. This is 21 DCS 109 Harsha. Okay, thank you.